Hey YouTube, Jay Green 302. I think we'll call this one, Who the Hell Are You? Take 5 or 6, whatever this rendition is if it gets posted. Who the hell are you? The reason I'm having so many problems with this is a generalized subject. It's not specific, and it's on the worst subject of all, me. So why do it? Well, I don't know about the rest of you. I like to know who I'm listening to when I'm listening to know how to weight the information that I'm receiving. If you're a 17-year-old kid explaining to me about mutual funds and estate planning for probate, I'm not going to listen too well. If you're a man that can grab a rifle and put 10 rounds in a playing card at 1,000 yards and you tell me how to shoot a rifle, I'm going to listen. After what I just saw you do, you damn right I am. So, how do I address that for you folks? Because I know it's important to me. So, where would I start? Who am I? Well, I'm just like anybody else. Who am I? I'm ugly. I got a crappy voice. I wear a stupid hat. I make some pretty bland videos. I don't put any cool graphics. I don't have any intro music. I don't know how to put the script shit up. I don't know how to pause the camera and then clip to the next section and cut it out so that it's more convenient for you and more palatable. I don't know how to put a picture up. I don't know how to do any of that cool stuff. I have no post-production, no pre-production. I've got no script. I've got one thing. I got a microphone. That's about the limit of my script, and it has failed me for the last 5 times. I recently went out and picked up one of these, which is basically a handheld camcorder, so that I could take it to the range and show you guys, some of the training that we do. And it was what I used to be able to take you over and, walk you down the path of the solar and show you some of that. It's kind of hard to make a video and talk about concepts without actually showing something. So I did that. But I have no advertising. I'm not here to make money. I have no product. I have no agenda. I have no motivations or reasons to try to bullshit you. So now me and you, we know where each other stands. So why am I doing it? Well, a book called 1 Second After by William Forsythe, about a year and a half ago, scared the shit out of me. If you haven't read it, go read it. It walks you through the breakdown of society. It gives you a nice little town in North Carolina. People living their lives. An EMP blast goes off. Counter is 0000. And he goes, hour 1. And he explains what happens. All the cars have stopped. Everybody's confused. Hour 6. Day 2. Week 3. 2 months, 6 weeks, or 2 months, 3 weeks in. He just walks you down and he walks you through everything. And it scared the hell out of me. So I started getting on YouTube and I started paying attention to a lot of this stuff. And I spent a lot of time, like 9, 10, 11 months. Yeah, about 11 months. And I did a lot of things in those 11 months. And then about a month ago, I started making videos. Why? Because in all that time, I had a long laundry list of questions on all the subjects that I'd seen, and there was questions that's like, why this wasn't mentioned, that wasn't mentioned, or nobody mentioned this idea, or nobody mentioned that. So I said, well, this is how I'll make the subjects of my videos. I won't do a bug out bag video, but I might talk about some things that it seems like nobody's thinking about putting in their bug out bag, and that's how I'll do it. Or medical bags. Everybody has all the standard stuff. I don't need to tell you that. Let me tell you the things that seem to be missing. And so this is my context. I do it on the form of a TED Talk. That's why the only thing I care about is the microphone. The only valid thing in my video is the idea. Look at this face, listen to this voice. Ain't worth a damn. There's no entertainment value. I'm not juggling for you. I'm not telling you jokes. I am not doing actor simulations and trying to entertain you. If that's what you want, there's other videos out there. I know personally, I've watched some that they were fantastic entertainers, and they taught me. I don't have that skill. I don't know how to sit down and say, and oh, by the way, while your wife just got shot and you're defending yourself and plugging a bullet hole with a tampon and hoping that you're going to stay alive long enough to keep your kids from being raped, pull my finger. Sorry, folks, can't do it. So now you're starting to get a feel for where I came from, what started it, how much time that I spent doing my homework, where the videos that I've posted have come from, and the ideas that I had when I did it. And you know my core values as far as what I'm doing and why. If it helps you, great. I'm giving back because I've taken from YouTube for almost a year. I didn't think it was fair not to sit down and spend some time and take everything that I'd learned, do that analysis, and put some things out there that I don't see. So I did. I've spent some time, I've spent some money to give back. If anybody's watched through the solar stuff, you've watched me spend money, learn, and post everything and take you through that whole process. And if it helps, great. If it doesn't help, I apologize. I can only post what I think is important, and that's what I do. So it's been fun. It's also been good for me to go back and see this stuff, because it's one of those things. When I think about something, it's different than when I talk about it. And when I talk about it, sometimes I say things that weren't actively being thought of, but came out verbally, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, I didn't realize that I connected the dots. It was never in my conscious thinking. How come I only found out when I started talking? So I'll actually walk back and review these videos. So a lot of these videos are like a video log for me. What else? Who the hell am I? I don't know. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover. There's two things else I want to touch on, but at least now you know where I'm coming from, why I'm doing this, what my motivations and goals are. It's not to sell you anything. It's not to make any money. It's not to be popular, God knows. It's just to give back. It's the only thing that I know to say thank you to the folks that helped me. There's been some really interesting and great people out there. So now I'll touch on people. Since posting these videos, I've gotten some very interesting social interactions. So let me start by going, for those folks that have gotten in touch and said, hey, you know, I happen to know some things about this, and, you know, if you need anything, let me know. Those folks that have reached out and said, you know, hey, if there's something we can do to help, if there's, you know, if we can teach you something or we can answer some questions, you know, here's a way to get in touch, and you know, thanks, you know, for whatever. That attitude, that forward, let's work together approach has been fantastic. And for those of you that have been willing to step forward like that, it's the best reward you could possibly give. And I thank you very much for that. It's the only way I can possibly get paid for what I am doing. And notice it doesn't have anything to do with a dollar. Okay? That is awesome. For the folks that just watch and move on, great. I hope I've taught you something. God, I hope so, because I've spent a lot of time on the thinking process. At least all that effort isn't just for one person. It can be shared with whoever watches, and that's good too. And for the folks that sit there and bitch and hate, I love you guys too. Some of your rants and raves and negative comments have exceptional creativity. The negative attitude is fantastic. Not that I'm listening. I actually find it quite humorous. I love how people just sit at their computer and they have nothing better to do than to go find a YouTube video and then bitch. Jerry Springer is looking for you folks. Please, give him a call. Wow. So I've addressed those things. I've also had some very interesting things happen. I don't know if I'm going to even bother speaking to it, but there you go. Now you know where I'm coming from, where I stand, why I'm doing it, where the motivation is. I don't even have a reason to sit down and bullshit you people. I gain nothing at all from fibbing or trying to trick you. It doesn't matter. Here it is. Take it for what you want and go. If you like it, great. Now we know where each other stands. Now you know who you're listening to, and when I'm saying something, you now know a little bit about where it's coming from, and you can judge for yourself. And this is just to satisfy that curiosity of who the hell is this guy? Well, I've given you one video, and God knows if I post this, I'll never put another one up again, because this has been the hardest video I've ever had to do. I've made so many mistakes, done so many retakes, and I'm just tired of doing it. But I think I might have gotten it on this one. If it's helped you, if it's satisfied that itch, there you go. Otherwise, I'm going back to the subjects. I got a long laundry list of things I want to cover, and it's going to take a lot of time. So I think I'm going to get on with the program. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and y'all have a great one. It's the 22nd. Merry Christmas.